Hey folks, hope you're all doing well and welcome to episode 34 of Recommended Album to Review. For this week, I've got something pretty special. This is an artist that I never heard of before, album I'd never heard before. This is an independent artist, not attached to any record company or anything like that, and just absolutely phenomenal. This guy should be well known. I mean, this stuff is just great. The gentleman I'm referring to is Tyler Jakes, and the record is called On the Bones. Came out in 2014. So all we have on this record is some real, it's kind of a mix. You got some really down and dirty, swampy blues at times. There's one song that's a bit of an outlier. It's more of a rock tune, but a lot of it's really bluesy. There's a lot of acoustic guitar in it. Some of the music sounds like it's a soundtrack to a spaghetti western. and then there's a shoegaze type soundscape at the end. Just, great variety of material. The song structures and the songs themselves are very, very simple. Now, I'm not saying that as a negative. It's always harder to make simple sound great, and this Tyler Jakes does it in spades. Usually it's just the songs are simple progressions, and then he sprinkles some, maybe some arpeggiated guitars in the background, layers it, and just makes it really interesting. The production is absolutely phenomenal on this record. I don't know who played on this record. I don't know who produced this record. I know that he's a touring musician. He tours with a band called the Bootleggers. Apart from that, I don't know who actually played on this record. There's no information. Okay. But anyways, let's go through the tracks. All right. The opening track, the title cut, On the Bones. This is a straight up blues rocker. Again, there's a lot of Southern flavor on this record. There's a bit of it here. A pretty decent song, but I mean, on most records, this would probably be the best song. This is a good song, but I actually like other songs better than this, even though I think this was sort of being the title cut, this was, I guess, supposed to be the hit off this record. I'm not saying it's a bad song, but there is a lot better tunes coming up. But the first track, On the Bones, pretty damn good. Then you got Apache Teardrop. This is kind of a bluesy, up-tempo shuffle type feel to it. With some harmonica in it. Again, not a bad track, but the good stuff is coming. But again, sort of another sort of swampy, down and dirty, bluesy kind of track with a southern feel. So Apache Teardrop, another good song. All right, this is where it picks up for me from this point onward, actually. The third track is called Scarecrow's Friend. It's got just a real simple chord progression on the acoustic. And there's some beautiful, tasty guitar that's played over top of it. I haven't mentioned Tyler Jakes' voice. He's got a voice that is hard to describe. It's definitely a character voice, but his voice is really engaging. I mean, it appeals to me. It may turn some people off. I don't know, but for me, I actually like his voice a lot on all these tracks. It just works really, really well. Kind of brings you right in. Scarecrow's Friend is it's got a great hook to it. And I mean, this could be, you could hear this song on, on a spaghetti western. There's a few of them like this. And, I really, really dig, Scarecrow's Friend. Fantastic song. All right. Sort of the outlier on this is the song Punch Drunk, which is the fourth track. This almost has kind of a punky feel to it. It's just a lot of blocky chords. It's hooky again. It sounds different. There's two tracks on this record that are almost sound like they don't belong, but it's a nice departure. Punch Drunk, just kind of a catchy up tempo, kind of a punky type tune. Then you got Claustrophobia, another beautiful acoustic with some nice a nice building of a track on this, the layers on top of it, but it's driven by actually his acoustic is a clean guitar. I think it's maybe both, but just another haunting, great melody, great hook, kind of a mid-tempo song. Just it's just so catchy, and his vocals again, they're awesome. And you got Dystopia and Soul Device. This has got some wah. It's got a really catchy wah riff, a little bit of a funk to this one. The musicianship, the drums on this are great. Everything sounds great. The little fills of guitar work on this. Any sort of the lead playing on this record is so tasty. It's not nothing flashy, nothing crazy. The guitars don't have a ton of effects on them. It's none of that. It's really stripped down. And the Dystopian, I mean, it's got a really cool wah riff. It's just a really catchy tune. Love it. And you got Oh Misery. This one starts off with the woman speaking in Spanish. This is like, this could have been the soundtrack to, Fistful of Dollars. But it's just so catchy. It's got a kind of like a Spanish feel in the guitar, but just a beautiful melody over top. That acoustic guitar just drives so nicely. And again, it's a song that's, his stuff is sparse. Everything that's in the mix is just so necessary. It just adds that little sprinkle without being overdone. Nothing sounds cluttered, And this is a great example of that, where we start off, just a simple guitar and it just sort of kind of builds. And another great track. Oh Misery is awesome. You got Phantom Hound. It's got a slide guitar riff. Again, simple, stripped down. The vocal is great. There's little fills, little sprinkles here and there. It's just kind of a really swampy, slow grooving blues, and it just, it'll just gets your head bopping, right? Just, yeah, great song. Then you got the Atmospheric Kill or Be Kill. This is a very epic song, and it's so Western sounding. With the production of it, and the acoustic guitar. Again, very sparse, and that haunting vocal. And it just sounds big and epic. Again, this is a song for a spaghetti western. If of all of them, this is the perfect spaghetti western song. But I dig it. I really, really dig it. Then you got my Sweet Remorse. This is just a beautiful, beautiful song. Again, with acoustic guitar and then some arpeggios kind of in the background. It's just beautiful melodies on this. The vocals are great. I love this song. This song is one of my favorites on here. My Sweet Remorse. Absolutely fantastic. And the closer, Critical Darlings. This is the other departure. This is just a massive soundscape. Almost sounds like a shoegaze song. Just a lot of guitar effects on some keyboards to kind of set this haunting soundscape. But it just has this little hook, this melodic hook that goes through the whole thing, and the vocals kind of follow that. And it's just a great way to finish the record. It's kind of a slow tempo song that kind of, it almost puts you in a hypnotic state, great. So what do I think of this record? I absolutely love it. I love this guy's style. I just, when I'm listening to it, it's one of those things. I'm listening to the progression, and it's like he goes right to the changes are perfect. It's like, oh, he went there. That's great. He went there. It's somebody who writes music or tries to write music. I'm listening to how this guy sculpt these songs. And again, they're simple songs. And I'm not saying that as a slight, but every turn that he makes with the song and everything that he adds is just the absolute perfect thing to add. Just the absolute necessary spice to make that song come to life. The production is fantastic. The vocals are fantastic. The layering. This is just a killer record, man. I mean, it's if this record came out in the 80s or the 90s, it would have been a smash. I mean, now, we all know what the record industry is today. We put this out independently, and I mean, I never heard of this guy, Tyler Jakes, but the guy's a genius. It's amazing. I mean, I've done 34 weeks of this. This is definitely in the top 10, maybe even the top 5 of all the records that I've recommended to review. So that's how much I like this record. And the more I listen to it, the more I like it. It's just phenomenal. Anyway, so this out of 5, man, this is 4.5. Like, it's that good. It actually, the first 2 cuts are the weaker songs for me. From the third song on, from Scarecrow's Friend, which is incredible, onwards, it's just a really good listen. I mean, you know, I'm a cigar smoker, and I was having a cigar and listening to this, and I was just, you know, the head was going, and I was just getting right into it. It is so good. Having a cigar and listening to this, man, there's nothing better. But there you go. Thanks for watching. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. Please hit the like button, and we'll catch you next Thursday. And thank you so much to the subscriber that recommended this. Awesome. And we'll see you next Thursday, 6 o'clock. Cheers. 7 o'clock.